I'm going to so that I can send the link to Lana. I am recording our meeting. How was your weekend?
Oh, a lot of sitting and knee up with ice and
What's the pain level?
um it just hurts a little bit. It just aches. I only took the hydrocodone the first night and the second night. I've
Right,
just been taking Advil.
right.
But then I got a cold last night. I don't know. I'm supposed to go to work tomorrow, but we'll see. Fun.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you doing any weight bearing or not yet?
Oh yeah, I've been walking since the day I came home.
And how much is too much?
I mean, I haven't used crutches or anything at all. I've just been walking. I just learned told me the more I move, the better, and I probably won't have to do physical therapy.
Cool.
So
Yay.
I don't know. It's pretty sore and just like still sore where I have like three incisions, and so those are sore. Anyway,
Bummer. But it's past. Now it's only on the upswing. No more downswings.
hopefully, yeah.
All right, let's get through this quickly. I wanted to do a quick review of last week. Um, it was a pretty powerful week. We learned lots of cool things. And I wanted to know if any lessons stuck out to you. We started the week with the amygdala hijack, learning about the freeze, flight, and whatever. What's the other one? I forget. Uh,
Flight,
fight,
fight
flight, and freeze.
or flight.
Yep. And so there's that moment when everything's still kind of going in the normal mindset, and then there's that trigger, and you instantly go into that emotional, crazy thinking that's
Yep.
not necessarily logical. Have you experienced any of that since doing this program, or have you watched for it or seen it?
I haven't really had any of that yet. No.
That's awesome. Um, Finding that pause, excuse me, right before you're about to take off on that emotional eating or decision thinking or circling your mind about something that you shouldn't be circling on. There's that moment when you can pause and stop and force yourself back into your rational brain. And that um, exercise they called the soda: stop, observe, detach, and become awakened, aware of what's going on. Are you sweating? Are your palms sweaty? Are you having an emotional reaction to something around you or something that you're thinking about or something somebody has said? If you can find those and force that pause there, you can stay out of that reaction and give a very relaxed response to someone who's trying to poke you and get you upset. And that same thing can be applied to whatever's triggering you to eat something that doesn't really align with what you're trying to do with your health.
Yeah.
That SODA is the acronym to help remember how to get out of that trigger. They also talked a whole lot about true hunger and physical hunger and how to tell the difference. Did that help at all? Are you in a
Yeah, I don't really have. I mean, if my stomach's growling, I know I'm probably hungry.
Mhm. Right.
And I'll go get water and try to put it off or, you know.
Yep. The emotional hunger is the one that triggers me if something upsets me or if I'm stressed or the day's not going the way I want it, then I just want to eat the problem away. But now I have to fight that all
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah, I've definitely had that
not
before,
help.
many times.
Being aware that no, this is not real hunger. This is just emotional hunger.
Yeah.
Try some squats. Let me try literally being in the sunshine for 5 minutes and see if that doesn't pull me out of that stuck your face. um, they did some more talk about the blood sugar stabilization and all the risks of the different diseases, the metabolic diseases. And so I really spent a lot of time in my certification learning of the definition of metabolic disease and it's the cells in your body are not functioning the way they're supposed to. Something's impeding the actual chemical reactions that are supposed to be happening. And so you have to change your diet so that all the different cells can function in the ways they're supposed to, whether they're in their liver or the pancreas or your digestive system or whatever. All those systems get broken by our nutrition. And so when they get broken, that's when they lead into all of these different metabolic diseases. That's where
Yep.
they, and metabolic disease all stems from unstable blood sugar. And so if we learn to regulate our blood sugar, we can prevent those diseases and have much healthier lives, meaning the years that we're here, we feel better. Doesn't do you any good to add years if you feel like crap through all those extra years that you're adding on. You want to feel, oops, better. I have background noises of kisses going on for bedtime.
I don't hear it. Like, good night.
Good night. The end of the week, they talked about intuitive eating. There's a new trend of a diet fad called intuitive eating, and they're talking about listening to your body and eating what it's telling you it wants. Well, that's not totally PFC. When we talk about listening to our body, we're talking about signs of stress and fatigue and hunger and those kinds of things about listening to your body. But think, oh, I really want a pint of chocolate ice cream. Oh, I'm gonna have it. It's not necessarily lining up with your values and your goals. I mean, if you're choosing to celebrate and you're planning for it and you're looking forward to it, absolutely, that's for sure in our program. But just sitting down to watch TV and grabbing some high carb, high added sugar just because without being balanced with the protein and the fat that needs to go with it doesn't line up. And so you can definitely have physical cravings for high carb food because your blood sugar is not balanced and your microbiome is actually feeding the bugs that want to be fed carbs, and you're not equally feeding the part of your microbiome that's requesting the proteins and the fats. And so if you get in the habit of having too much high carb food, then you get dysregulated in your GI system and you will have physical cravings. Your body is telling you to eat carbs. And that's where intuitive eating, this new trend, fails because you're responding to physical needs in your body, but they're there because you haven't been taking care of your body. Does that make sense?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what that lesson was trying to explain. I didn't think the lesson was particularly evident that that's what they were talking about, but we know what intuitive eating is in PFC3, and we're definitely taking care of our bodies in a way intentionally that's scientific based, food based, and supplements only after we have all the correct whole clean food nutrition in place and then still find holes that we need to supplement with.
Yep.
Um, they then talked about sweating, and for sure we all need to increase the number of minutes that we spend sweating each week, and that has massive health benefits. Have you found any ways that while you're laid up you're going to be able to add some sweat stash?
No.
Do
I'll,
Does
yeah.
your Pilates place have a sauna?
No.
Does it have a steam room?
Mm-mm.
Oh, bummer. I was hoping those would be quick solutions for you to get a little sweat on. Uh,
No.
do you have one of those heat lamps?
Mm-mm.
Bummer. So there's just different ways to increase your body sweating because you want to be clearing out all of the toxins, and sweating
Yeah.
is the best way to help your body quickly move into that better state. Um, have you looked at any bed yoga and bed cardio and
No. Because I'll focus on that when I can do the things I want to do.
okay,
I
okay.
mean, I do like sit-ups and that kind of stuff, but I mean, ever since even before Thursday when my knee was hurting, like I just
Been
didn't
hurting
feel
for a long time. I know. Hey, you're talking to the queen of hurting. I get
it's
it.
my own fault because, well, not all my
It's
fault. The doctor was gone.
Right. It is not all your fault. It is not.
But I limped around for about a month and then I'll probably limp around for another month, I'm guessing.
It's going to come to an end. It's not going to go on forever.
And then I will focus on getting a some type of exercise regimen going.
Please. Yep. So you may want to cut back on portion size, especially carbs, while you're not expending as many carbs. It
Yeah.
will not,
I don't really eat a lot of carbs. I mean, I have not added a lot of the dense carbs
right,
back.
but still the portion of carbs is going to be more affecting you if you don't have as many steps, if you don't have as much motion during your day. You're sitting more. It's gonna,
Yeah.
you need less portions of carbs when you're sitting more. It's just
Yep.
all, just pay attention. You're gonna know if you're starting to feel heavy and bloated, and part of that is just the anesthesia and surgery. But after a few days, that chemical bloating should pass and you should kind of get back to feeling normal. And if you're not, then just decrease your carbs just a little, not a lot, and
Yep.
see if that helps. My most difficult lesson probably in this portion of the middle part of the program was the time blocking and the time management and using my day efficiently because I'm stay at home. I feel like I have all the time in the world. And then by the time I'm scrambling to make dinner, I haven't gotten anything that I wanted to get accomplished. I've gotten a lot done. I've been busy all day, but I didn't prioritize and do the things that I really needed to do. And so I really had to spend some time and write out what I really wanted to be doing and making sure that I was still getting my chores done because of course I have a role to keep this family running, but I was also trying to get things that I wanted beyond my keeping my family running. And time blocking was a beginning part of that. It gets more detailed as we go further into the program. And so do not get behind on working out these exercises that they're asking you to work out. Morning time has been a love-hate relationship with me. I love it when I'm doing it, and I hate getting back into the routine of it when it slips, but it really helps me have a better day every day that I do it. And so, why doesn't that motivate me to do it every day? Because it costs me 5 to 10 minutes of sleep in the morning, and
Yeah.
some nights that's
Yeah,
just
I haven't
not
added that in
feasible.
yet. I have
It's
not added that
It
in.
is really powerful. I can tell you the days that I do it, when I'm laying down to go to bed at night, I feel better about everything. I feel better about my
Can't
marriage.
there just be
So
nighttime instead of morning time?
you can try it. Absolutely. If you find that that works for you, go for it. Definitely starting is better than not. So if that's how you're going to start, start it. Um, but that kind of wrapped up the week with the morning time. And so they gave a suggestion. So I made a sheet for myself that I just wrote down on a piece of cardstock what my morning time is supposed to look like. And I just leave it here on my desk so that if I can get out of my bedroom, not pick up my phone, come into my office, walk through my chart, get it done, and then look at my phone, everything about the day just goes better. I'm organized, I'm clear-headed, I'm patient, I'm present, I'm available, and I get everything done that I want to get done. So it just really makes a big difference. And I don't know why I can't get a higher percentage of my days successful. What I really wanted to talk about tonight with both of you is living intentionally. If you're setting goals for yourself, if you're setting intentions for yourself, I know that Lana just went away for the weekend and I did not have a specific conversation with her about what her plans were for going away and how she was going to handle all the choices that she was going to have to make at all the meals because she wasn't in control of the food being offered to her at all the meals. And so, I don't know what her intentions were, and I don't know if she lived up to her intentions.
Right.
Or she just let herself get away with it. I know that we've talked several times when you've traveled. I was just away for camping, but I was the menu planner for the weekend. So
Mhm.
I chose what went into the packaging, into the food crates that we took so that I could take things that I could manage and control and not have
Right.
massive temptations that I didn't want to have around or whatever. We had some fun foods that we celebrated with. We did a really long hike in the afternoon one day and we all went and got ice creams, but I had planned in my head that we were going to that was going to happen at some point. I didn't know which day or whatever, but I had
Right.
already made that decision before we left McKinney, so that when it came, I was excited that I had made that decision for us. And Michaela was super surprised that we pulled into this little grocery store and they didn't have individual ice creams. We had to buy a pint and spoons and share an ice cream, but it was super fun. We really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Everybody was really happy. And so that moment felt really good, even though my unbalanced ice cream at that moment probably wasn't the most helpful, aligned with my goals decision of fueling my body. It for sure filled my soul to
Yeah.
be able
I mean, you
to
can't go the rest of your life with not eating ice cream.
no, exactly. No, and we had it was a really special one because it was a surprise for Sophie. Mike and I had talked about it, but it was a surprise for Michaela, and she was trying to guess, and she was coming up with all these crazy guesses, and then when it was ice cream, she was so excited because she just assumed we wouldn't have any ice cream because we were camping, and it's hard to
Yeah.
have ice cream when you're camping. So it was really fun. But are you letting yourself off the hook? If you set an intention and then it gets difficult, do you let yourself off the hook? Or do you let yourself off the hook and make a plan to do differently next time? Or are you changing? Are you checking your why? Are you changing your intentions the next time? Letting yourself off the hook and not feeling guilty for sure is part of the program, but looking at what happened and taking the data and learning what happened and making a new plan is also part of the program. How does that work for you? When are you looking at something and changing for the next time?
I mean, I really haven't like gone off plan or whatever without knowing I'm going to.
Okay.
Like, it's not like I just go, what the heck? I'm just gonna have this tonight. I like we went to Christine Lee's on Sunday for dinner. Her parents were in town and Lee was making ribs. Okay, probably not the best thing. I mean, I took the fatty part off. There was barbecue sauce on them. They were smoked. I ate those and then I knew what we were having.
Right. You knew
And
the menu.
so yeah, she told me everything we were having. So I just decided that that meal was probably not going to be the best balanced meal, but I still had a protein, I still had the carb, I still had the fat. And then I knew we were having banana pudding, which is like one of my favorites. And
Yeah.
of course, it's Tyler's favorite too. And so I had to take a
Oh,
picture and send it to him. And so
so
I just knew I was going to have that. And
perfect.
I knew
You were
I'm going to
celebrating.
have it.
You were
And then three
looking
hours
forward
later,
to, right. You knew
yeah,
ahead of time. You made a choice and you did it. That's not the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about ones where you thought you were going to be on plan and it got harder. And what did you do that you didn't have planned out? Those are the ones that are the
I haven't really done that. Like I've really
good,
stuck to the plan. I mean,
good, awesome.
besides when we were in A&M and I said I want a Diet Coke and I
Right.
had one.
Yeah, right, right,
But I really haven't. Like, I mean, I pretty much
right.
plan out and I know I may not write down my meals for the day, but I know it's in my fridge that I'm gonna like I know that I have you know, I know I have like chicken breast in there and turkey and hard-boiled eggs. So I know that one of
Yep.
those things is going to be my protein. And then I know that I have salad in there and I know I have fruits. So I know those are going to be my carbs. Honestly, fat is the hardest for me if I unless I'm making something that I that I know has the fat in it. But I mean, if I my go-to is typically peanut butter
Okay.
if I need a fat.
Do you like any nuts?
That or nuts, yes.
I like
I
pistachios.
bought a
I
big
like
thing of
pecans.
cashews and I
I
got a
also
big
do salad dressing. I just add salad dressing to whatever.
yes, and sometimes if I do a salad, I use the salad
But I
dressing
do
as my
salad
fat.
dressing even if I don't have greens. Sometimes I just add it to a meal, to a piece of meat. It's okay for me
Yeah.
to just like the flavor with the piece of chicken or whatever.
But it seems like a lot of my last meal, like before I go to bed, or my afternoon meal, a lot of times tends to be like turkey slices, an apple, and peanut butter.
Yep. Great.
'Cause that's
That doesn't
easy
bother
and
you and that's just an easy no-brainer, then do not change. Let it run. That's bang
I
on.
made this ground turkey sweet potato skillet thing tonight. It was not great. I mean, it was very bland.
Mm.
I don't know. It had like chili powder and cumin and salt and pepper and garlic and but it was just those two things and then a little bit of cheese on top because and then you put the lid back on it and let it kind of steam and melt. And it was okay. It was just
I haven't
not,
had that one.
I don't know. I think because I'm not feeling great, things aren't tasting
Tasted
very
great
good.
either. Right. Yep.
And even like I think I had COVID in July when I came back from my brother's wedding, and I haven't been able to smell very well since then. And my taste is just off. Like, I don't know. I just feel like nothing really tastes great. Like I usually love egg roll in a bowl, and I made that last week, and it smelled funny to me, and it didn't taste great. So
Hmm.
I don't know. That's just me,
All
and
right. Right. It's where you are right now.
yeah.
I wonder if that'll stay or if that'll go away. Do
I
the
hope it goes
I know
away.
any online about anybody having that COVID problem losing the smell and then getting it back, or is it just permanently gone now?
I think you usually get it. I've started. I can smell things now. Like I mean, like when we went to Seattle, we went to the lavender farm. I'm not kidding you. I could not smell the lavender. I could not. Like, but I can smell things now. I just don't have as strong of a sense of smell as I've always had. So it
Okay.
makes it kind of hard. But I was really looking forward to this ground turkey sweet potato thing, and I was a little disappointed because I was kind of like, and
Yeah.
Ryan's not gonna like it. I don't, he's in class, but I was like, are you gonna eat? Because I was just gonna make half of it. He's like, oh, I'll probably eat later. And I was like, all right, I'll just make it all. But he's gonna think it's so bland and have to add hot sauce and whatnot to it, like
Yep.
he does everything. But
That's all right.
that's all right.
I pretty much
Kind
add crushed red
of
pepper to everything that I make now, so I don't know if
what?
that's I'm also losing my sense of taste or I just have fallen in love with the spicier stuff. So who
Yeah. I
knows?
mean, I guess maybe I should have put, I mean, he could probably put some like red pepper flakes in it and make it, I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. It just was kind of like, eh. I don't know if it's something I'll make again.
Um, in a lot in that same lines, there this week also talks about when you go on vacation, are you going on vacation from your health? Or are you taking your health goals on vacation with you? And are you going to celebrate moments or are you going to celebrate crazy food choices day in and day out, all day, every day on vacation? And so, can you spoil yourself with self-care instead of spoiling yourself with high amounts of sugar?
Right.
Just thought that that was a really great way to look at vacation. Um, they're also going to do more talking on the six plates, and they want to know on the exercise, are you adding strength training? Are you actually adding muscle build? Because as we age, we're losing muscle. So if we're not doing exercise to build muscle, we're just getting weaker. We're not maintaining like we were in our 30s and 40s. It's
Yep.
going away. And I've noticed that immensely, especially because of so many times being on the couch healing or waiting for surgery and then healing afterwards. I've lost so much leg muscle, arm muscle, strength in my hands, just everywhere, so much weaker. And I've started to get some strength training in my everyday routine, but I really think that I need to step it up and start adding a coach or somebody to really help me push into. In the beginning, it wasn't, nothing to pick up a dumbbell and do some bicep curls or some squats or whatever, but now I'm needing that next level and I'm not really sure where to go with that. So that's probably next on my list is to find somebody to how to do the strength training that I need to
Yep.
actually start building. I feel like I've gotten back pretty close to where I was prior to my surgeries, not exactly perfect, but close. But now to actually do the build that I need to do, I don't know how to do that. So
Yeah.
it's not my area of expertise, but it's time to learn. Um, but they spend a lot of time this week talking about training to failure and how that affects your muscles. And it's really, really good to learn what's happening to us and how to counteract it. Midweek, they're going to do some more. time management type stuff. How are the systems in your life supporting you or getting in the way? Simple stuff like how do you run mail in your house? How do you run bills? How do you run tidying your house versus cleaning your house? How do you run prioritizing family over social, over whatever? And so they do a lot of balancing work and relationships and household and health and trying to help you figure out what your personal priorities. Everybody has a different answer there. There's no right or wrong answers. They're not trying to tell you the right or wrong answers. They're trying to get you to be intentional. Again,
Right.
what do you want to have your life look like? And are you making that happen?
Yep.
So it's a really good lesson. And there's some assessments to do that are very helpful. I found them very enlightening when I did them the first time.
Okay.
The end of this week has one of my favorite lessons of all time. I hated it when I did it. And since then, I've done it 3 or 4 times more. I now do it anytime there's big changes in life. So go back to school, go on vacation, beginning of summer, anytime something's changing, I go back and do day 56, your ideal week. And it really is super powerful to lay down what your week is supposed to look like. Um, ideally,
Right.
it should have built-in areas of no assigned time so that when the curveball comes, you've already got margin built in that can be used to handle the things that you didn't know were going to happen. And so I've gotten a lot better at building more margin into my week because I actually have quite a few things that happen Michaela related or older kids or whatever that there was no way I could plan for them. But I need time allotted in my schedule for dealing with these things that I can't control when they show up. And so it's been really helpful to add more balance to my daily attacking what's going on in my life. So I hope you enjoy lesson 56 when you get there. And that's the week. And that's our lesson. Do you have any
Yay.
questions?
Nope.
Awesome. I'm excited. Is there any way I can support you?
What?
Is there any way I can support you? PFC wise or otherwise?
No, you're doing good.
Are you getting to the grocery? Do you need meals? Do you need food?
No, I've done both. I've been
Okay.
and have stuff, so I'm good.
Okay. Is
Chris is
Curtis in town
gone. He'll
this
be
week
home
or is he
tomorrow
out of
night.
town?
Huh?
Is Curtis out of town?
He is. He'll be home tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. All right.
He left yesterday. And then he's gone all next week, I think. And then he's gone the next week too. He's going on a hunting trip.
We had such a good time camping. It was so enjoyable. I'll tell you about it later.
Do you have good weather?
Yeah, it was hot, but we were in the woods, so and we could turn the air conditioning on in the RV in the evening or afternoon, and then turn it off when we went to sleep and have the windows open. But it had already cooled down inside, so it was perfect. We could have
That's nice.
all the animal noises and forest noises when we were sleeping, but it was already cooled off, so it was perfect. It was just
That's
absolutely
good.
yeah. Anyway,
I
I'm
just
gonna let you go.
realized,
If somebody getting kicked off, it's gonna say 3, 2, 1, goodbye.
okay. Yeah, I gotta send something to Sophie for her birthday. I totally forgot.
I know, me too. Oh, I haven't forgotten. I just haven't done anything.
No, I haven't been, I don't I'll send her a gift card or something. I don't know. All
Yep. All right. Mwah.
right, talk to you later.
Bye. Bye, Lana. Bye.
Bye.